ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella wacky licks, taking bad hits, taking back shit. Subscribe.
Well, the two of us go out on a little. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another ShartimusPrime's custom figure showcase video. I've had some goodies that I've set aside for this and some recent stuff. Some of this stuff I've worked on myself. Some of this stuff is from Frecky, and we got some purchased third-party stuff right over there. But if you're trying to get your regular retail action figures, you can do so at
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
Dorkside Toys is a store for you. Link below. Before we move on to these figures right here, I just want to give a shout out once again to the people that hooked me up with these two figures right here that I've had for years and I have not really opened. I love these things and I've had them next to my review station the whole time since I've had them. So there's something about them that I just really like having them in box right here. I love these things. They're awesome. These are incredible. So I just want to let you guys know I'm very grateful for those, remind you of that. And then another custom piece that I've had for a little while now is this ultimate big time badass Spider-Man. And I call him the ultimate big time badass Spider-Man, but there's probably going to be another more big time badass Spider-Man that's going to be even more badass without the pins showing, you know. So he did this before we got to Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. I've had this for a while and I didn't want to play with it because I wanted to actually shoot a video about it before playing with it, or else I would have felt hella guilty. So I'm really happy to finally have my hands on it, and I love this thing, man. Pixel Phantom 85, check out his Instagram, link in the description below. I think he did a great job with this. Really nice, clean paint apps over here. When you bend back, you can see the green goes all the way up and through in there. Same thing with the crunch down there. Very, very cool to see, man. Great work. Oh, so happy with this thing. I wanted to do a stop motion thing with this, but it's just life has been really crazy lately, man. I know it's excuses, but like for real, adulting could be hard, you know, who knew? And then you can see included all the interchangeable hands right here. So I think these are all just the big time Spider-Man hands. And yeah, man, I'm really happy to have this thing. Thank you so much. I think it looks great. One little nitpick I would throw at it is maybe the green could have been a little bit more of a vibrant color. Comparing it to the Pizza Spidey, you know, big time badass Spider-Man, the official version, you can see how much brighter this one is. And then here's your big time letdown Spider-Man right there. That's way too bright. But I still really like this thing a lot. I love that I used the superior Spider-Man head sculpt because I feel like those lenses match the design from the big time storyline and everything a bit better. But man, this thing is freaking cool. Love this thing. Thank you so much, Pixel Phantom. Really appreciate it, bro. This is badass. Really like this a lot. And then I wanted to talk about a goodie that I acquired over at the Ohio PowerCon earlier this year. And big shout out to, I thought it was Javier who gave this to me, but then at the bottom it says Alexis. And I could be really bad with names sometimes. Sometimes I do nail it, but I try, you know. But I really love what he did over here. He's got my little hair flip right there in the back. Got the stubble and everything. Little Funko Pop custom. And I like how this represents my Shartimus hat and how the shirt represents the Legendary Collector shirt right there. And I got the big time Spider-Man helmet or head right there too. So that's really cool, man. He's got the Chuck Taylor paint right there for the shoes. And I got a Cosmic Cube. And we got the blue and red theme right there for the base. He's got his name signed right there, which I think is great. Like, I appreciate it when you guys do stuff like that, or if you include like a note to help remind me where it came from, because I don't try to leave anything out on purpose. Like, if I forget to mention a custom figure in one of these videos, please let me know, because I never try to purposely like ignore anybody's stuff or anything like that. So yeah, freaking love this thing. I've had it in my living room this whole time, and it's gonna go in the dork room. Oh yeah, I have to show off the hairy arms. Yeah, he hooked it up with the hairy arm detail right there. So I gotta say, props for that. I love that little detail. That is sick. So very happy to see this. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate it. Love this thing. And I've showed this off a little bit. Oh, get him to stand up right there. But I got this custom Ironhide from Frecky over at PowerCon earlier this year too. And I freaking love this thing. I missed out on the 2-pack with Prowl. So I still need a Prowl figure. Eventually I will get one, and I'm sure Hasbro's going to re-release one. You know what I mean? They're probably going to make it, because they're re-releasing this figure for a Studio Series Ironhide, but I think the red on this looks better than that upcoming Studio Series figure. Really dig this a lot. There are some issues with some gaps. Frecky used the re-release black version of Ironhide. I can't remember if they changed the name of the character for that. But yeah, he repainted it with this really rich red, which I dig a lot. And then there's some gappage when you get him into his van mode. And he got that covered up with some, I think he used some third-party parts and everything, and I just really love this thing. Man, I played with this thing a lot since I've had it, and I just really appreciate it, Frecky. Man, this is awesome as hell. Really, really dig this. And then for another Frecky custom, you guys have seen this quite a few times already and may have wanted to hear me talk about it a bit, but we have my custom Null here with his custom wings. Now, you may have seen the live stream where I was dremeling holes into the back, and I basically screwed up my figure, but Frecky, luckily enough, was like, hey, send it my way, I'll fix it up for you. But not only that, he also customized the face. Like, he changed the face paint over here. He's like, no, dude, you have a fully repainted figure over here, and man, that looks better to me. I can't even remember how this looked beforehand, so I'm going to try to throw in an image right there so you can see a side-by-side shot. But man, I think this looks so freaking dope. Man, very, very good-looking figure over here. Look at the hair. I don't know if he touched up the hair or not, but it looks really good. Like how the teeth came out right here. And these wings stayed up. What I needed to do earlier was heat them up before putting them in, and they stay in there a whole lot better, man. I actually had this guy displayed standing, and his wings stayed up overnight. Like, I put him up, like, I left him there at like 9 p.m., and it's around 6 a.m., and it stayed just fine the whole time. So I'm really stoked about that. He added a little bit of brown paint to the figure over here, and you can see how the arms have some added paint detail to them right there. I think that looks fantastic, and same thing with the legs. There's like a bluish gray added to the legs right here, making that sculpt pop, and I'm seeing a little bit of that brown right here on the shins and on the lower part of the legs right there. But man, I'm so happy with this. I could still take them off. They're not stuck there forever. So it does take some force to get them removed. It does take some force to get them back on. Again, it's easier for me if I heat them up first. They stay in a little bit better when I do that. But man, I'm very happy with these. It's kind of leaning on itself right there. So man, very, very cool custom. And I'm stoked to have it. I mean, look, you can see how it'll stay. So that is freaking awesome. Thank you so much, Frecky. I actually picked up a second set of the Null Venom Wave for another set of wings. If Frecky needs any fodder from that extra 2-pack, he gets dibs. And then I got a really cool set of head sculpts right over here from Black Symbiote. Thank you so much, Black Symbiote. He sent me 3 head sculpts over here. And the first one I'm going to look at is the Black Symbiote head sculpt. And this is very much a McFarlane style design, and I put it on the Vintage Collection Black Suit Spider-Man body. And I think it looks really good, man. I like what he did with the sculpt. The paint apps look really clean on here and everything. As you can see, my camera's like zooming in and out. But yeah, I think he did a really good job with it. I like how realistic it looks, like you could imagine a face underneath it and everything. I will say that I think the head size is just a little on the big side, though. Like, the scale of it is just a little bit large. You've heard me say that before with some Hasbro Marvel Legends and stuff before. Could have maybe cut a little bit off of the back, too, to help with the head looking up articulation right there, too. But aside from that, I think it looks really good. And I like what he did with the containers over here, where he has them marked at the bottom. So we also have a Mafex version. I put my number 75 Spider-Man away, but yeah, here's a fodder body. I really like how he has the heads sitting in there nice and cozy. And this pops on the Mafex figure very easily, and I guess it's maybe a little bit harder to tell because the arms aren't attached, but I think this works into scale with the figure a whole lot better. I think the cobweb pattern looks really good, and I think the colors match very well. Maybe a slight difference in the colors, but for the most part, I think he nailed it, man. That looks great. A little lopsidedness right here on this side right there, I'm noticing. If I see it, I gotta calls it like I sees it, you know? But I really do like this thing. So it looks really good. Thank you so much. And then the last one he's set me up with is a comic or a Marvel Legends Spider-Man head. Here's the container for that one. Yeah, see, it says Marvel Legends head right there. And yeah, this one looks really cool too. I love having sculpted cobweb pattern right there on my Marvel Legends figure. So there it is on a Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. The reds don't really match 100%. And again, I like the realistic look of it all and everything. But similar points that I brought up with the black suit, where I feel like it's a little on the big side, you know. So if it was scaled down just a tad, I think it would work a little bit better. But that's my personal preference right over there. I think that looks really good, and I'll have a link to his Instagram in the description below if you want to pick any of these up. So really appreciate this. Very, very cool, man. And then we also have Mike. Oh, no, wait. We have the Can of Beams. I forgot the Can of Beams speedball effects. Holy crap, I love these things. Jeez, Can of Beams does some really awesome stuff, and I had to show these off, man, because I think they came out looking great. I feel like Hasbro dropped the ball big time with this figure. They just didn't include any accessories with this guy. And you get 2 of these when you order a set. I may get a second set, and they are different from each other. So it's not just 2 of the same exact thing. And these corners are where you're going to want to hook on to the figure. So maybe you could get something on his... Oh, I just broke it. Oh, no. I just broke it. Ah, son of a bitch. I just broke it. Okay, so you don't want to force too much. But I can still use it. I can still use it. It's okay. I'm not really that bummed out about it, and that's my fault too. I applied a little bit too much pressure right there. But you can do that still, so I think that's cool. Actually, to be honest with you guys, now that it snapped, I kind of like that a little bit more so, because I feel like I have even more bubbles surrounding him. So I was thinking about getting an extra set, but now I feel like I don't have to. So if you want to snap yours in half, you can, and then you could get more bubbles around the figure. But man, that looks even cooler to me now. I have one on this side, one on that side, and then one set up for the legs right over there. So that is very cool. I still recommend you pick these up. You know, be careful with them and stuff. But yeah, I think these look great. So yeah, this is my War Machine. I bought a second War Machine just so I can custom paint it. And what I'd done was used a chrome pen, and then just didn't realize that I needed a sealer until it was too late. So I did use a sealer, but I had also kind of messed this up a whole bunch, and it was kind of too late. So I probably need to make another one of these, but I think it looks dope. I painted the arc reactor red over here. It just made me happy to see. And yeah, having that vac metal shine to it looks really good, and it's posable still, so it's not like, you know, he's all stuck or anything. There are parts where I did not paint it, you know, like the butt cheeks. I forgot to paint the butt cheeks right there, so, you know. And it does look really sloppy, you know, like there's parts where it's like, oh god, that faceplate is just awful. Really chunky paint applications right over there. So again, calling it like I sees it. Like that could have been a lot smoother, you know. It would have been nice to have a nice smooth vac metal chromed face, you know. There are parts where it's pretty smooth, but for the most part, the execution of this thing didn't really come out so good. So I may try this again, but I wanted to show it off because I still like it. And from far away, it looks pretty, you know. So if you look at it from far away, it does look a whole lot better. No? I don't know. See? If you look from all the way over there, I did a great job. See? No? But anyway, I may put this up on my display. I may not. But the one that I'm really proud of is my first appearance Spider-Man mod. Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god, Spider-Man mod. Oh my god, Spider-Man mod. I think I did such a great job with this thing because I didn't have to do that much. Like, I really didn't do a whole lot. I made 3 modifications to this figure, and I'm just incredibly happy with it. Now, as soon as I had seen the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man come out with articulated toes, and I had already reviewed the early sample release of this one, I was like, okay, I gotta swap the feet. Like, I gotta buy a second of each of these figures and swap the feet. Hasbro totally should have put the toe articulation on the first appearance Spider-Man. The figure looks a whole lot better with the toe articulation. It's just so much more satisfying. And I've gone back and forth which I like more, or which, you know, Renew Your Vows, or is it the first appearance Spider-Man? And I guess my favorite is first appearance Spider-Man with these modifications. Because not only that, I'd seen Nico Hodge do this mod with the shoulder joints right here because these were hindered. He'd done it with the Black Panther figure, and what he did, and I'm sure you've seen other people do this too, but you could rip out the shoulder joint, not the butterfly joint, but the shoulder joint. Now, it's pretty tricky to do. You have to heat it up, and I actually used some wax paper, wrapped it around it, and then used pliers to pop it off. So it wasn't like a super easy mod. You needed to put some elbow grease in there to really get that out of there. And I cut off the end of that mushroom peg. And you don't want to cut off too much, or else it's not going to be stable, but it's very stable for me right here. It works out great, and I get more range of motion. Downside is that I still get a little bit of chewing at the top of the shoulders over here. That lost points for me with the figure. So I wish you still didn't get that chewing. That bothers me. You can see I painted this figure with very Toy Biz-like blue paint apps, and I love it. It looks sloppy, all right? I know. It looks sloppy as hell, but that's what I wanted. This is what I was going for. I love the Toy Biz days, Marvel Legends, and having a Hasbro Marvel Legends figure like this with this kind of Toy Biz paint treatment, it just makes me happy. I'm just really stoked about it, and the articulation on this figure is freaking amazing. Having those toe joints, I mean, this is like my new favorite Spider-Man figure. What can I say? Freaking dope that looks. Maybe not the best pose ever, but still not a bad pose. And the toe joints, I mean, the feet are a little on the big side. I don't know if I'm going to ever get this thing on display anywhere because I love playing with it so much. I've had it on the review station since I did this, and I told myself, oh, maybe after I do a custom showcase video with it, I'll put it on the shelf, but I may not be able to because I freaking love this thing. And god damn, this is freaking sick. So really, I'm just really pleased with it, man. What can I say? So I think I talked about everything. Again, if I missed a custom, please remind me. And if you wanted to send any customs my way, I'll gladly talk about it in a video. I do play for keeps though, so I don't really do the whole thing of, you know, reviewing and sending stuff back. It's just the way it's gone, man. And I gotta say, and if you don't want to send me stuff, I'm not asking for it. I don't beg, all right? I don't care what the liars say. I don't beg. I'm just saying if you wanted to, that's the way it goes. And I really appreciate everybody that sent me stuff over here. I really like these figures a lot. Of course, I want to show off Ironhide in his alt mode right over here. It looks gorgeous. So happy with this thing. Very, very clean. I think these back parts, the feet is what he was talking about. They had to get filled in. Again, I don't have that particular Ironhide body mold at all. Love this thing, Frecky. And then this is not being leaned against anything right here. My hand is moving behind, so he's not leaning. The wings are staying up, looking really good. Again, those stayed up overnight. And, yeah, I'm very proud of my little Spider-Man mod. And big thanks again, Pixel Phantom 85 and Javier or Alexis. I can't remember names right. And I'm still happy with all... dude, I think this is very cool stuff over here. I still really like these head sculpts. I'm going to find a home for all of this stuff. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you liked the video, show some love by hitting that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to check out the rest of my Atuma Wave figure reviews. I should have the Hitotsurazzi video going up tomorrow. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.